guys may know this. I like to be the reality check on what happens with MrBeast. Now, surprise, surprise, guys. MrBeast isn't liked on Twitter. Egad. My God, that must mean he's a terrible guy. No. What Twitter does is it'll take any popular opinion from any subgenre and then make it a mainstream opinion. Like, for example, I got shit on in Genshin Impact, which is a huge Twitter community, and now everybody treats me like I'm the fucking boogeyman on Twitter when everybody knows I'm bad. Like, I kill people. Like, I eat children. Like, sure, I set orphanages on fire. You know what I mean? But, like, I'm not really that bad, right? It's a blatant exaggeration. Obviously, none of that's true. Obviously, I'm one of the greatest guys. To be honest, I'm probably one of the most humble guys on this planet. As a matter of fact, Forbes magazine put out an article saying, how can this bald, sexy multimillionaire be this humble? And to which I said, I don't know. Come watch me every day on twitch.tv, kick.com, and youtube.com/Tectone to come and find out. But a lot of people have been running with this negative MrBeast agenda that they've been going on for decades. Now, there's a lot of things that I think MrBeast deserves shit for, but it's not really that serious. The positive impact that MrBeast has had on this world is great. Now, on YouTube, it's a little bit cringe, right? Because, you know, a lot of the content he promotes is very unsustainable for the normal creator. However, it's his life, man. He can do whatever the fuck he wants with his content. And if motherfuckers want to be salty about that, okay, stay mad. I was also the first guy to say that Feastables sucks ass, and then they reworked the recipe, and now it's quite good. But I like being the reality check to overhated individuals like Nuxtaku, MrBeast, Asmongold, just to name a few, and let you know what is objective shit they did that was bad versus what did some pussy say on Twitter that bought their likes to make everybody believe that's the narrative. Let's get into it. MrBeast versus Jacksepticeye, of which both I like quite a bit. Now, I did call Jacksepticeye retarded 8 months ago, and then a YouTuber said, I'm gonna have to fight you. I can't believe you said that about Jacksepticeye. And an editor, I don't know if you can find this, Keemstar put out an image of saying that Jacksepticeye was diagnosed with autism, and it was so dramatic that anybody, like, it looked like he got diagnosed with cancer. And it's like, oh, thank God, it's autism. Surprise, surprise, Jacksepticeye was autistic. Top of the morning to you. I could have never told that. But it was so serious. You know what I mean? So I said, oh God, he's retarded. Like a joke. And obviously, jokes aren't allowed to come from me because I'm the boogeyman. But anyways, we got two people here who I like quite a bit. Let's get into it. Let's see what's going on.
MrBeast, MrBeast. I love talking about my best friend, MrBeast. Now, if you have a Twitter account, I'm very sorry for your loss, but you probably might notice that MrBeast isn't really liked on twitter.com very much, especially recently because Jacksepticeye basically made a tweet directly attacking him. And one thing you might have noticed with this channel a lot recently, I'm talking about AI.
Yo, guys, whose team are you on? Team Jack or Team Beast? Where are you guys at?
Slop. Honestly, I wish we could go back to 6 months to a year ago where we were just making fun of Quebblecop and his horrendous AI videos.
All right, guys. Whoa. Look. Whoa. All right, guys. Whoa.
But now it's gotten so bad that AI has basically infested every facet of YouTube. I've said this before. I think AI has some uses, but again, big billionaire companies pushing it onto everyone without trying to ease it in. It's going to make the majority of people think this is very bad for us.
I think AI is great. I do. I think a bunch of artists are mad because they know that they're really not that good and they can be replicated for 5 cents for what they're charging people $500 for. I'll be real, man. I don't give a fuck how much an artist wants. I don't care. It's not my job to employ them. If they can't make it with the existence of AI, they don't deserve to be artists in the first place. If you wanted people to buy a product, and that product better be something that only you can make, that gives people a reason to pay that price. I'm not going to pay you because I feel sorry for you. I'm not going to pay you because you're too lazy to get a real job. It's not my job to fucking tip you. It's not my job to employ you. If I can get this service cheaper and faster and more convenient, I'm taking that route every single time. I do not care. For example, I get AI porn all the time. Can slop it out. Don't care. Bail CXI on Twitter. However, I have some amazing emote artists in my community that are making art that I could not AI if I tried. They are amazing at what they do. They are amazing. And so obviously, I pay them quite a lot because I appreciate their time and I appreciate their service. I'm not going to say I'm never using AI for some bullshit, some fucking Hayao Miyazaki AI reprint that you want me to pay $1,000 to you for when I can press a button and get that shit in 5 seconds? If you want me to pay you for art, then you better make art that cannot be replicated with AI, or do what a lot of artists like Bale CXI is doing, which is porn, by the way. Don't look that up if you're a youngin'. They use AI and then they go and they adjust it to make it look better. And it's insane. I would show it on this video, but I'd get demonetized, is what it is.
I mean, at the minute, we haven't really had anything revolutionary with AI. We've just had replacing people's jobs and churning out slop. And now we have a combination of two of the most popular things on the internet right now, AI and MrBeast. I was trying to sound like the Yo Mama bit where he was doing Xbox Live. Only old heads will remember that.
I don't remember that.
Now, 6 months ago, in November 2024, MrBeast uploaded a video onto his second channel titled How I Got Over 100 Million Views Per Video. And in this video, he announced a website called ViewStats. This basically worked the same as the YouTube Studio app, probably a little bit less depressing though. If any of you are YouTubers, you know the struggle. 1 out of 10. Oh, this is so good. Look, you've got a little confetti gif. And then 10 out of 10, the ropes in the drawer, if you...
You know what's crazy? I don't care about 10 of 10 videos anymore because I'm like, oh, well, I got that out of the way. I've even uploaded 3 10 out of 10 videos in a row. And then I was like, nah. Well, now that I've gotten 3 in a row, what are the odds? And then I get a 4th, and then I get a banger 1 out of 10. I'm like, ooh. Woo-hoo! We're back, baby.
You want it? I do like how dystopian the YouTube Studio app is, because no matter what your level, even if you're a colossal YouTuber, it still hurts just as much if you've got like 100 subscribers. This is a bit anecdotal, but I remember years ago being in a group chat with Ryan Trahan. This is before he was like the mini-me MrBeast that he is now. But I remember him sharing in group chats that, you know, when he'd get a video that wasn't 1 out of 10 or like 8 out of 10, 10 out of 10, he would be distraught. It would suck. Like that impact hits you no matter what level you are. So with this website that MrBeast made called ViewStats, you could basically see your stats as well as other people's stats. You could see the top ranking channels for the past month. You could filter by categories, views, subscribers. It's basically like Social Blade if Social Blade actually did the job that it was intended to do, which for like the past 4 years it really hasn't. Now for a MrBeast product, this actually went under the radar quite a lot, probably because it wasn't really brightly colored like Prime or Feastables or those MrBeast toys that you can get. I mean, you'd expect the ViewStats YouTube channel to be thriving because it's associated with MrBeast, but at the time of recording, it hasn't even broken 400,000 subscribers. That is a lot of subscribers, don't get me wrong, but for something related to MrBeast, not really a lot. I mean, in comparison here, for a product that YouTubers have made and their channel's done pretty well, is Willany and James Marriott, UK YouTubers. They actually founded a coffee company, an iced coffee company called Rod's Coffee, and at the minute, it's got 65,000 subscribers. That is a lot of women and people with pronouns. I literally just did the biggest friendly fire on my own fan base as well. Jesus. The point I'm trying to make is this channel was only made literally 2 weeks ago and it's already gained that much. Now, even though ViewStats wasn't really that big at the time, it still garnered a lot of criticism because at this point, unfortunately, with MrBeast, once you do one bad thing, it will follow you around forever and people will immediately write you off. But we have a sequel, because a couple of days ago, MrBeast put out a tweet basically saying that his new AI thumbnail system is open to the public. ViewStats just dropped AI thumbnails. And
now, I will say this. I thought this was such a good idea for lowering the barrier to entry for more people to try YouTube. I would like to say I am very for AI being used for thumbnails and tagging. I want to hear what the criticism of why you shouldn't do that is.
And it takes guesswork out of what thumbnails will perform. Just prompt what you're looking for, and it will generate a data-backed viral thumbnail. Goddamn TikTok accent, man. Why does so many Americans sound like that? And no, I didn't mispronounce perform. He actually spelt it wrong. And here on the Power Live channel, we never misreport information or spell anything wrong. I have never mispronounced anything in my life. Metro's Booming Good Kid and Mad City Triple Red. There was also a video to go along with this on the ViewStats channel. It was a video that was deleted, and it has been wiped off the face of the internet. All that basically exists is a 2-minute clip of the original.
An argument would be editors got less paid, my guess is. Okay, why would I pay someone for a job that I could get for 10,000, I mean, generally 10,000 less to pay? Why is it anybody's responsibility to make sure that somebody whose job is easily replaceable with a click of a button continues to have that job?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a privilege to edit these videos for you, but unfortunately, Everyone is using this. AI trash now. This is ridiculous. Is it going to replace our voices too? Wait, it already did.
The only thing you can say is because it's nice. And unfortunately, morality is for the birds. It's not anybody's job to pay someone for something like for example, oh, you're really going to use that crane? You're going to use that fucking crane to dig up the hole in your yard? Why wouldn't you hire 10 illegals to do that shit instead when they can use shovels? Well, because they're going to do a worse job and I'd have to pay them more. Where do we stop the... Oh, dude, you're going to buy bread? Why aren't you going to a farm, buying your own wheat, hiring someone to grind it up for you, hiring somebody to put water in it, hiring somebody to bake it for you and give it to you fresh? I'd rather just buy it at Walmart. There is no reason for me to do any of this excess shit. Whatever the easiest, cheapest option should, as a consumer, should be the one that you want to do. Artists need to adapt or they will perish. And guys, I promise you, these thumbnails cannot compete with a truly handcraft-made thumbnail because they still have to work within the confines of what's laid out in the prompt. The problem is for all these thumbnail artists who know they're fucking slacking. And guys, I'm gonna be real, there's a lot of slackers out there, guys. Trust me. I was with a thumbnail artist that would take 8 hours to do a thumbnail that would take around 10 minutes and say, I already worked all day. No, you didn't. You sat on your ass and played TFT and fucked around. Trust me, there's a lot of bullshitters out there. Adapt or perish, baby.
6-minute video and a couple of screenshots. As you'd expect, this tool allows you to generate AI thumbnails in an instance. No matter.
Can we acknowledge that MrBeast looks weird as fuck here? He looks like a uncanny valley. He actually looks AI. Like he actually looks weird as fuck.
What your niche is, you'll be able to get one. Now, I do want to point out, AI
those veneers
thumbnails have
are
actually been a
insane.
thing for a while. I mean, one example that I think of personally is the Rad Brad. He's like an OG Let's Play veteran. He's been going on for probably well over 10 years at this point. Obviously, I'm not calling him out so he gets any hate sent his way. I mean, I don't know, like some people just end up using AI art in their thumbnails. I mean, me personally, I picked up a thumbnail artist recently, and some of the stuff they've done is like phenomenal. It's really
amazing.
good. It'll always be stuff that AI slop could never replicate.
Absolutely.
Now, you can have your own AI-generated thumbnails for the very affordable price of £60 a month. And one of the selling features
I think that's around $80 USD.
of the AI thumbnails is you can basically steal someone else's thumbnail and then stick your own face on it.
From creating custom results from any channel to literally being able to put your face on a thumbnail, it literally feels like cheating.
Oh, don't worry. No. You don't have to worry about graphic designers doing these thumbnails. You see those Papa Meat thumbnails on Meat Canyon's second channel? I couldn't hire a graphic. It's too bright, too colorful, too much effort. I'm going to steal his and put my own face on it. I mean, one thought I had in the back of my mind, which would be absolutely hilarious. MrBeast has a problem with other channels basically ripping his content. Like, for example, in Russia, there's basically no...
Now, I will say, and I'm just saying here, for so many people, is that a crime? If the answer is no, then I don't care. I really don't. And before you say, well, do you know how many channels there are that just take people's thumbnails and then actually just put an image of themselves over that thumbnail? XQC does it. Hassan does it. Fuck, I think I've even done it. Asman does it. Every React channel does this shit. You know what I mean? Is it really that big of a difference? Not really. Like, it might make you mad, but like, if it ain't illegal, who cares? Knocks it once or twice, yeah. Because MrBeast made this AI thumbnail thing a paid subscription that is no way accessible to someone who just started how he looked at people's thumbnails data without permission from other CCs. I think that issue people are having. Yeah, I can see an issue with the paywall. Now, obviously, yeah, I think the $80 is fucking insanity. Like, that is fucking crazy. Hey, let's make this more affordable for more YouTubers to get into. Charges $80. Charges $80 to steal someone else's thumbnail and slap their face on it. Okay, dude. Yeah. Now, I will say, devil's advocate, $80, believe it or not, is a hell of a lot cheaper than hiring someone to make thumbnails. I've worked with a lot of thumbnail artists. Some charge $5 a thumbnail. Some charge $50 a thumbnail. Guys, I've had people who wanted to charge me $1,000 for a thumbnail. $1,000 fucking dollars. Yes, I know. And you know what the crazy thing is? I know people who use those thumbnail artists. $1,000 a thumbnail. $1,000. I remember it was the same thing when I was in OTK. And I asked for a thumbnail, and they said, "Yeah, just pay me my normal rate." It was like a poster for a live event. And they're like, "Yeah, I'll just pay around $2,000 for a poster." $2,000. $2,000? I wish I could show you what thumbnail I was asked to be made by what artist, because that shit was psychotic. Like, you gotta understand, someone like me who uploads 5 times a video or 5 times a day, even if it were to be $5 per thumbnail, over the month that would be around $125 a day. No, $25 a day times 30 days. That's around $750-ish per month. So it would save someone like me money, but a lot of channels aren't like me. So personally, I think charging $80, that shit is fucking insane. I say $20 tops.
Overlap between Russia and the Western world. So there are these MrBeast clones in Russia that are huge. Imagine if they started utilizing his service and basically copied his thumbnails and ideas. Now, another feature that the ViewStats AI can do is use other channels as inspiration. All you need to do is basically type in a channel's name, give a prompt, and what you want the thumbnail to be. Now, remember when I mentioned earlier that I've recently picked up an artist to basically draw thumbnails for me? You could basically go onto Pyro TV, the VOD channel, steal that thumbnail, and use AI to replicate it, all without having to pay them a single penny, apart from ViewStats, which obviously MrBeast owns. You can also just flat out steal people's thumbnails and then ask the AI to change things that you don't like about it. Like, for example, he uses a real video made by a person called Grant Ruddo. Does Grant know that he's being used to promote the AI MrBeast tool? I'm not sure. But at the time of recording, Grant only has around 44,000 subscribers. So he keeps talking about how easy it is to make thumbnails and how you don't really need to learn anything. But the thing is, and I'm going to sound like such a decrepit boomer right now, I think that learning the ropes with YouTube is interesting. It's an experience. Your success rate is probably in the decimal digits, especially with how oversaturated the platform is now. But at the same time, like, it is an experience. And by, you know, just...
Hot take, I think YouTube is great right now. I prefer oversaturated than undersaturated. There's never been a single time where I needed the video about anything that it wasn't already made. Besides Wizardry Variants Daphne, where you cannot find any information on that fucking game. Like, I had to go to like some fucking like it was like GameStats.faq or some shit to find any information on that fucking game. Yeah, but you ADHD? I mean, yeah, true. Google the legality of taking someone else's thumbnail and putting your face on it. Let me know if that's legal or not.
Just having AI slop and then just instantly generating these thumbnails, it's kind of just, I don't know, it feels very corporate. It feels very clinical. I mean, you might have noticed yourself the amount of YouTube channels that have popped up recently, and like the first video they put out, their thumbnail A game is already on point. Their titles are already on point. It's almost like someone is making these channels in a factory. And honestly, if you've had past experience, or this is maybe another channel that you've made, more power to you. I fully respect that. But at the same time, it's really hard to find channels now that, you know, they kind of make bad thumbnails and then they eventually kind of strike gold and they've got like a formula. It's already like behind closed doors. They've worked out the formula with like a team of people, and then they've...
Yeah, my thumbnails are shit. Yeah, I'm gonna be real. But I think my thumbnails are like so unbelievably shit that people like can't mistake it for any other channel. And the only other channel they can mistake it for is Asmongold. And being mistaken for Asmongold is a big W for me. Right? Because honestly, my thumbnails are dog shit, but like I love them. Like I think they're just the right amount of bad. Genuinely, they're so bad. But I think that's what makes them great. Saint also, I got no idea what Saint's thumbs look like. Maybe even Charlie's or Moist Critical. I got no idea. Moist Critical. I've been told by so many people, thought this was an Asmongold video, accidentally clicked on it. Yeah, I also think Charlie's thumbnails are also just bad. Right, and I think that makes, like, dude, me being mistaken for Charlie or Asmongold, that's a big W for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, just really fucking bad thumbnails. That's why I think this AI thumbnail thing really isn't that big of a deal, because it actually is just gonna churn out fucking slop that's just gonna look bad. So I think people are tweaking out over it for no reason.
And started the channel. I'm getting a little bit ranty here, but I'm just noticing a lot of channels that are cropping up recently. They do feel very just clinical. I think that's the right word. You're only complaining because they don't have MLG thumbnails anymore. Go to bed, old man. Now, at the time when MrBeast put out this announcement, anyone that had less than $10 million in their bank account collectively said this isn't really a good idea, which caused him to basically wipe the video from the internet and all the tweets promoting it. Now, one of the people that was not happy about this situation was Jacksepticeye. I love Jacksepticeye. He wakes up and he goes, "Stop in the morning to you laddies, why don't you Jacksepticeye buy my coffee?" Now, during the promotional segment of all the YouTube channels, you had some recognizable ones, like for example, Moist Critical. Also, I want to point out that latest video Moist Critical put out, the fact he stole my style, for shame. You're doing edited commentary videos now? Parasite. I would never copy you.
Yep, there it is, guys. Everybody steals from everybody, is what it is.
In this movie, he gets nothing. That man is on the bench. Played by Sean Bean, whom I'm a huge fan of.
And another YouTuber that was shown was Jacksepticeye, and he wasn't happy about it. Now, Jacksepticeye has had some really good and original thumbnails in the past, like this thumbnail where he played golf with the lads, and it was so infamous, it actually got turned into a Wojak. Like, I'm not joking, it actually became a Wojak, the angry Wojak. And I think Jack was one of the worst people you could use as an example, because in the past, he's been very against AI, especially with the replacement of artists and graphic designers, as well as expressing frustration with people using content to train AI bots. And even like I mentioned earlier, critical, it's like 90% of his thumbnails are just him looking at the camera. Like, what, you're going to replace your own face and think it's going to do something? And then when MrBeast put out the promotion, Jack said this.
What the fuck? He used me logo in the promotion for it too. I hate what this platform is turning into. Fuck AI.
And you even had every YouTuber royalty imaginable coming to God defend, like for example Dan TDM.
Using AI in creativity makes zero sense to me. People who use it to replace creatives don't have a creative bone in their body. Learn to make something yourself and be proud of it. F AI.
Yeah, but have you seen the AI Bigfoot videos? Because those are hype as fuck. Dude, the AI ASMR and AI Bigfoot are so fucking funny, bro. They are so fucking funny.
Very good of him to not actually swear there, considering the age of the audience. Now, this is my game theory, bordering on schizophrenic rant, but I don't actually think Jack...
As a schizophrenic, I will tell you if it is a schizophrenic rant or not. Let's get into it.
Jacksepticeye was intended to be used in this promotion. I mean, it was intentional since someone edited the video, but using him specifically, you know, Jack and MrBeast, they haven't had the best kind of relationship over the years. I mean, a great example here is Jacksepticeye took a lie detector test with Tommy in it years ago, and that clip keeps resurfacing where Jacksepticeye is basically just going off saying how he doesn't like MrBeast and he's ruined content on the internet.
Like MrBeast? No. Do you think MrBeast ruined YouTube? Yes.
And again, like I said, immediately MrBeast basically wiped all traces of AI from his page, and then shortly after uploaded a main channel video, basically just going over another challenge. And then what always happens when...
Great video, by the way. Amazing video.
One person gets into drama, people dig and try to find as much dirt on you as possible. Like, for example, people were trying to find involvement that MrBeast had with Team Trees and Team Seas. This was all the way back in 2019, which...
Here's my take on AI art, and I think this is something that people can really agree with. AI art made by, well, obviously AI, is what you use when you want to get the job done. Real art is what you make when you want someone to feel something. Like, if somebody were to give me a gift of AI art, I wouldn't care. But if someone drew me something themselves, then I would care, right? So I feel like AI art can be used to like make business logos or like make menus or good UI. But if you wanted to invoke a feeling from a consumer, that is when you have to draw it yourself. So yeah, but AI, well, unless it's porn, well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I could jerk off to a rock if it was curvy enough. I don't really need soul in my smut, you know. But like, for example, like if someone were to go into the Daily Scramble and say, "Hey, Tectone, I generated this AI image of you. Will you post it on your wall?" Fuck no. But if an artist were to say, "Hey, Techie, I took 8 hours of my day and I drew this unique rendition of you," I'd put that shit on my wall. I have a folder of every single piece of artwork that I've ever gotten of myself. I would love to share it sometime. There is some porn in there. But yeah, I mean, I love artwork when it's handmade. But for getting the job done, I think it is what it is, you know, to fulfill a purpose, sure. But yeah, I think the problem that I have is when people say all AI art is bad, and it's just not, right? It doesn't hit the same, and it really doesn't replace artists as easily as you think. It just replaces really bad artists. And I really hate to be the guy that says that, but if you're a good artist, you don't have to worry about AI replacing you. You just really don't. Straight up. You don't have to worry at all. I mean, that is what it is.
In today's terms, it might as well have been in the...
And to be real, I mean, the majority of artists are bad, and that's why there's so much outrage.
prehistoric period. I mean, in these videos, you've got MrBeast cleans up the dirtiest beach and plants 20 million trees, you know, in a pretty notable effort to combat climate change. And this was also kind of a precursor to the MrBeast philanthropy channel as well. One of the channels unsurprisingly, he does philanthropy. Now, as much as he gets flack, as much as people don't like him, I think this channel and some of the projects that he's done have had a really good impact on the environment. However, the problem is with AI, which a lot of people are starting to clock onto, it's really, really bad for the environment. There's an article here. They are large consumers of water, which is becoming scarce in many places. They rely on critical minerals and rare elements, which are often mined unsustainably, and they use massive amounts of electricity, spurring the emission of plant-warming greenhouse gases. So, you know, like, you've helped out the oceans, you planted a lot of trees, an insane amount of trees, and then you use one of the worst things for the environment right now. I get it, you know, MrBeast, he's such a big presence that every facet...
What? If using AI does all that, doesn't watching a YouTube video do the same thing? Wouldn't watching a YouTube video or using the internet do the exact same thing? AI requires far more process power. Oh, so they're both bad, but one does more bad. So the smaller bad doesn't do anything. Completely different scale? Oh, okay. One is 1,000 times worse. All right, let's get to the bottom of this. Because I heard the same thing about Bitcoin. AI environmental impact is multifaceted, giving both negative consequences and potential solutions. While AI can be a powerful tool for sustainability and resource management, its development and deployment also drive energy consumption, resource depletion, and e-waste. So both artificial intelligence, AI, and the broader internet has significant environmental impact. So both artificial intelligence and the broader internet have significant environmental impacts, but their natures have to differ. AI's impact is largely tied to energy consumption for training and running models, hardware production, and e-waste. The internet's impact is more related to the energy consumption of data centers, the carbon footprint of global data storage and transfer, and the e-waste generated from discarded devices. While both contribute to greenhouse gas emissions, AI's energy demands are growing rapidly, and its impact is becoming more pronounced according to some analysis. Okay, so they're both really fucking bad, but AI is generating faster and faster and faster. Okay, great. Well, then I think it's very important to counterbalance the damage on the environment, obviously. But how do we do that? I'm not entirely sure. Generating an AI image consumes a variable amount of energy, but it's roughly comparable to energy used to charge a smartphone. I charged my phone 3 times yesterday. Yep. Lock me up. Officers, take me away. What the fuck, how? Because I'd be gooning.
He touches, there will be some kind of negative that people jump onto. That is just inescapable because he's too big. He's too inflated. He's reached this level now where when he makes an announcement, he has to make 20 announcements, how he's doing, like, you know, trying to protect every avenue. Like, he couldn't just announce that he had AI. He'd probably have to announce that he was doing some data research into saving the planet or making a, you know, a big metal dome that's going to reflect the sun so we get less greenhouse gases and emissions. But what do I think about this situation? He's got kind of a funny smile. I like his smile. You know, when he picks up the camera, he's got a funny little smile. So the video was meant to end there, but while I was recording, MrBeast actually came out from his bunker video that he filmed a couple months ago and actually responded. So initially he responded to a single creator called Point Crow. Apparently him and MrBeast had a conversation about the thumbnails, and it actually seems that it was productive. Had a chat with MrBeast about his AI thumbnail creation tool. While I'm uncertain what will be happening moving forward, I voiced my thoughts directly to him. Great idea to want to make content creation more accessible, but this isn't remotely the solution to that and actually fundamentally hurts creators as a whole. And then MrBeast responded to Point Crow's tweet, I appreciate the feedback. I love the YouTube community more than anyone can even remotely comprehend. Already working on changes like face swap should only be used to swap your face on your own thumbnail, obviously not theirs. And overall, I'll build this more in a way to be an inspiration for artists, a tool they can use and not replace them. Very good feedback. So to be fair, this does actually cover the issue of stealing other people's thumbnails, kind of. I mean, this is a very good regulation to put in, don't get me wrong, because at the time I could have just downloaded someone else's thumbnal, put it on my channel as unlisted, and then stick it on another channel, and then use that.
Now, obviously, I don't give a fuck. By the way, if anybody wants to steal my thumbnails, you are more than welcome to. A lot of y'all already do that. If any of y'all want to steal my titles, you're more than welcome to. But my mentality is, if you can be replaced by an AI and you can't beat them, you deserve to be replaced. That's like me saying, Neurosama's not allowed to stream because she makes better content. How am I supposed to compete with Neurosama? How am I supposed to compete with AI Seinfeld? We need to shut that stream down. How am I supposed to compete with AI Bigfoot? I mean, come on, man. If your jokes are worse than AI generated humor, I think you might just be cooked as a creator, brother. I'm gonna keep it 100%.
That to work around it to put my face in someone else's thumbnail. He also claims that he'll use the thumbnails to be an
Yeah, AI art is bad, but Neurosama is good because I like her. XDD. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, so where's all the Neurosama hate, guys? Oh, it's because she's cute and funny. Oh, okay.
inspiration. However, doesn't really go into detail that much how that would work. Obviously, this could be because it's early production and there isn't really a concrete route to go through, but I can't really imagine a way in which a direct image generation wouldn't be.
So if you can't beat a machine in a fight, you deserve to die. Yes, if you are going into a competition of fighters and some of the fighters are robots with AI algorithms designed to kill you, yes, you are an idiot for trying to compete in that. However, here's the thing. That fight would never happen. And you want to know why? Is because there is no fragility of life in AI robot fights. Case in point, there are already robot fights, guys. Okay? They put little robot cars in an arena and they fight, and they're a hell of a lot successful than the MMA. And the reason why is because when you add the human aspect into the fight, it becomes much more interesting when real things and real stakes are on the line. And I hope this helps.
Be a tool to replace artists. MrBeast also went on to explain the kind of motive behind the AI tool. My goal with ViewStats is to build tools to level the playing field between people like me with 300 employees and new creators who can't afford a small army. Which, yeah, to be fair, I can totally understand where he's coming from. But there's loads of free tools online that a smaller creator could use to make thumbnails. Some ordinary gamers, or Mutahar, who recently came out of his Twitter retirement, said this: if you want to do something cool for ViewStats, maybe try having a system where if creators like a certain thumbnail, we can easily interact with the artist who you guys can verify and then commission. Same with editors.
Smart.
It would cut down headaches if we had a platform for hiring. That's one thing I love about Twitter.
I have a buddy named David who's trying to make a network of editors and trying to make a network of people to work with content creators, to give jobs to artists, to give jobs to content managers, which, by the way, don't hire a content manager, right? Just don't do that. They're like always a fucking scam, bro. Just don't. Get a thumbnail, a maker, an editor. That's pretty much all you fucking need. Get an audio guy too.
Every YouTuber says they'll leave. They always come back. Now, again, this is also a really good idea. It'd give really good job opportunities to thumbnail artists. And it sounds like MrBeast.
Also, Czar, you just gave me 350 currency. I don't know what ZAR is, but thank you for the $350 zebra African rupees. Thank you, bro. I got no idea what that means, but thank you, man.
Actually liked it too with his reply. Not a bad idea. If enough artists would be down to sign up, I could basically build a funnel for them to find thumbnail work. So you know what? Fair enough. MrBeast actually got a W on this one. This could be a beneficial thing.
True.
Obviously, there are still some hitches, some problems. Again, like, you know, artists, graphic designers, their time needs to be valued and not replaced with just coding slop. But still, it's better than how the video started off at. Jacksepticeye probably still hates him, though.
What does Jacksepticeye do in Big 2025? I got no idea. This is probably going to be a very controversial video. And yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, comment, subscribe. That shit was awesome. I love talking about AI. I don't care. Hey, if we disagree, it is what it is. I don't care. I think that shit's awesome.